Hello, welcome to Chiaroscuro, the Art of Living Life. This pick a card reading is going to be about fear. We all have things that we fear that we may instinctually behave in a certain way out of fear because that fear exists. So we're going to talk about what it is that you are fearing, how that's impacting your life, and how you can let that go. Because though fear does have a purpose, I mean, if a giant lion is running at you, to be afraid probably is going to help. It's going to kick in that adrenaline. You're going to get the super speed to get away, and hopefully you will survive. So there is a evolutionary purpose for it. But in a day and age where there isn't quite so much to fear anymore, most of us, hopefully watching the video, do not have life-threatening situations to deal with anymore. So the purpose of fear is it's slightly less important. If you're using it to run your life, if you're operating from fear of not having enough money, from fear of being hurt, of being heartbroken, of fear of failure, fear that you'll let yourself down or other people will let you down. There's a whole variety of emotions that don't feel very good, and a lot of them are based in fear, anxiety, and these things can either you may be aware or you may not be aware of how they are actually impacting your life and probably preventing you from going where you need to go. So we're going to discuss what you fear today, how it's impacting your life, and what you can do so that you don't have to be operating from a place of fear. Deck number 1 will be this dark colored river stone. Deck number 2 will be this turquoise stone or aquamarine or whatever color it is. Deck number 3 is some other random stone I've polished, and deck number 4 is a black and white speckled stone. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for watching, and to everybody, to all my viewers, just a quick note, these readings are timeless. So if you are drawn to the reading, I might have posted it 6 months ago. It doesn't really matter. This message is for you. In addition, if there are other people showing up in the reading, keep in mind that the energies might be vice versa. If I say that, you're behaving this way and that somebody else is behaving this way, it could actually be vice versa. So just take it as it resonates. And in addition, these are general readings. I'm kind of trying to grab kind of a collective energy. So, whoops. So sorry about that. So some of them may not resonate. Some of the information may not resonate. So just take what does resonate and run with it. Again, please, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Please comment below if you like the reading. It helps me as a reader know that I'm doing a good job. And we're going to move on to deck number 1. If you chose deck number 1 for your reading, which is this dark colored river stone, this is going to be the reading for you on how to address your fears. So first, let's kind of see what's going on, what the fears may be that are impacting you. So there may be a little bit of, you may be tempted to live in the past. It's almost like there's a fear of living in the present. Interestingly, these cards that I have pulled here for you, it seems like you're afraid of your own power, to be honest. You're afraid to be you. We'll see more information about that with some more cards, but a lot, we've got be here, hummingbird spirit, be here now. This is about being in the present moment, enjoying everything that you have in the present moment. And I think if you fear being in the present moment, there may be either you're fearful of the future or you're fearful of the past. One of those is pulling you out of being able to be mindful and present in the current moment that you're living. We've got horse spirit, freedom is yours. You are afraid of your own independence, your own ability to do things. Maybe you haven't been so successful at it at the past, and perhaps you doubt yourself and your ability. There may be issues with codependency, because if you fear freedom, the opposite of that is dependency or codependency, and you may be more comfortable living your life in that manner. And then we also have butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. So there's an element of change that you are feeling in you. You know, becoming a new and improved version of you is fearful to you. There's a fear attached to personal transformation. What that may be, that you fear change, that maybe you fear what you are becoming because you don't know what it will be. A lot of this is lack of faith in yourself. A lot of it is lack of faith in, the universe. And, you fear change. You fear becoming. And this is a lot of where I got the you fear your own power. Maybe you've been in situations where people have diminished you. You may have heard a tirade of voices in your life, telling you you're not good enough, you don't have it, or what you have to offer is BS and it's stupid. And so as a result, you are hesitant to become the true version of you, because there's fear around who you may actually be. The power that you have inside, the ability to be independent, to do, everything yourself, and to be living now and actually creating what you want. There's a lot of fear attached to that. So you may be breaking out of dependency or codependency, and, or trying to, but these fears are kind of getting in the way. See how that's showing up? Oh, dang it. I'm totally having a brain fart. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Throat chakra. So you may have difficulty expressing what you want as a result of these fears. So there's an issue in your throat chakra. And this card is expansion. It's almost like you're being divinely pushed to reclaim yourself. Or there are opportunities popping up that it's the universe's way of trying to propel you in the correct direction. And you may be hesitating to take them because it requires you to believe in yourself. It requires you to transform. It requires you to be in the moment. It requires you to be free of something, and you are hesitating in taking it. You aren't fully expressing something with regard to that situation. So there's issues with you speaking your truth, as well as maybe you want something to change in a relationship, in a job, in your family dynamic, and you aren't voicing what you want to change. You want things to grow, you want it to develop, and it's not. But you aren't talking about that because you fear, well, what if what I want isn't good enough, or what if the past repeats itself? What if people get mad at me because I want my own freedom, kind of thing. Oh, another transformation card. Look at this. All right, so this particular deck, I'm going to give you a little bit of a disclaimer, is kind of, I call it the creepy deck, because the images creep me out. However, it is amazing to read for the darker things. When you're struggling in fear, how do you get out of it? It's very good with dealing with that and how to get out of it. So that's why I'm using it in this reading, but it's a little dark. This is the Death card, another transformation card. So you're fearing your own personal transformation. There's something is ending, but with the Death card, it's kind of probably long been coming. The Death card moves a little slowly. It's not really a surprise. You probably have had inclinations that this is ending long before the ending actually came. However, with the death card, when something ends, it opens the door for something new and better. Hence this transformation. You may be closing the door on something that no longer works for you, but you're forgetting about what that opens up. So you're fearing the end of this, that you're fearing this transformation in yourself, you're fearing this transformation in your life, because all you're seeing is that it's over, instead of actually seeing that there's new opportunity for you. There's a new level of existence. You're in the process of leveling up, you're evolving, and you're fighting it, you're fearing it. You fear that because maybe you don't know how to do it, maybe you've never done it before, maybe you don't know what's going to happen, and so you'd rather hang on to the old that doesn't serve you, maybe be dependent on that, instead of asserting yourself and going for what you want. This feels a lot like a situation involving somebody else. And, perhaps you were once, this is the King of Cups, you were once, gave a lot. I think you may be seeing it for exactly what the situation is. Emotions are tied into this situation. It may not necessarily be a romantic relationship. Perhaps you are feeling very emotional about a work relationship, or, but this is upright. So whatever you're feeling, it's under control. It's not like you're wildly irrationally emotional about stuff. You know how you feel. You can see the situation. You've been responding as compassionately as you possibly can to it. And I think that's what's ending. I think you responded to a situation with love and compassion, and you tried your best, and you care about this person or these people. You do care. But they just kind of took. And that's what's ending. And you are fearing the independence and the freedom from this person. This could be family. This could be, this could be any relationship that you are in. But it is a relationship or relationships that you care about. You care about this person. But you put all of this into the relationship, and it isn't going how it's actually draining you. Knight of Wands reversed. It's actually sucking the life force out of you. So while you give, they take, and they don't give anything in return. So you are drained and you are tired. And maybe at this point, you feel that angst, that exhaustion, and the fear is kicking in a little bit. So you're afraid to be on your own. So maybe you're considering staying in this toxic position, but then you feel angry, you got a little bit of oomph in you going on, where you're kind of like, F that. Actually, I'm just going to say it. Fuck that. I'm tired of this nonsense. But you're right on the brink of breaking free of it. But you are afraid to. So you may, you know what you can take and what you can't. I would suggest, you probably know this already, being this King of Cups, but leaving the situation angrily will not serve you either. But to be honest, if you are angry, this may not be the best advice, but anger can be a huge motivator. Anger can override your fear, and if you need to lean on that briefly to get out of the situation, then I would suggest you do it. Because I do have this here, in this reading about what's going on. This could also be an angry person that you are around. Somebody who is reckless and kind of they are constantly attacking you, or they're unstable. You know, one minute they're loving, the next they're not. They act like you are a burden. This is the Eight of Cups. You're carrying their load. You're carrying their pain by being around them. And perhaps you're a giver. You know, a lot of us out there are givers, and we think that it's helpful to help somebody with their pain and to take it on as our own and carry it for them. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. That's dependency. That's codependency or dependency, you know? It doesn't foster exactly the right a healthy relationship. So as a result, I think you're fighting ending this relationship, whether it's love, work, family. You're fighting a transformation, and you're fighting your own personal transformation, because your own personal transformation is being held up because it's sucking the life out of you. You've stalled your own personal transformation, your own expansion, because you're taking on somebody else's stuff. You know, it's like a ball and chain on her fingers. You're carrying somebody else's ball and chain. And so you chain yourself to people. Maybe that makes you feel better, like you can help them. You know, maybe I can help them, and you chain yourself to them, and then if you do, it makes you feel good, but honestly, they just end up taking everything from you. So this is kind of about you doing you, transforming into you, ending a relationship or contract or whatever that is no longer beneficial to you, and doing what's right for you. Because this is just, look, she's carrying all this stuff and spewing this black smoke, you know? It's not typically the meaning of this card, but when I'm looking at this in context of this reading, it's like holding on to everybody else's emotional baggage that's just burning poison into your life. It's time to let it go. Advice. All right. I'm gonna have to look these up. Excuse me. New decks, learning as I go. Clean it up, reversed. Is it possible you might be focusing on other people too much right now, trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be loved. Personal empowerment. You know, love yourself. You don't need the love of others to feel loved. Ultimately, you can want the love of others. You know, a more healthier perspective is I want to have friends. I want them. I enjoy them. You know, I like that they care about me. I like having people in my life that care about me, but I don't need it. There's a difference, because I provide what I need for myself. Interesting aspect of this card, you may not realize the damage you may be doing to other people by taking on their burdens. They don't learn to deal with their life lessons. They don't learn to evolve. They don't learn what they're supposed to learn because you take it for them. So you're not only stressing yourself out, but you could be inadvertently hurting other people, thinking you know best when they need to go on their life path as sees fit for them, not as you see fit for them. So, interesting reading. Very interesting. This feels a lot like you are on the precipice. Like there's probably some struggle going on, and the fear is holding you back from breaking free of these toxic things. The fear of your own independence, the fear of being in the present moment, the fear of transforming into you for some reason. That is fearful to you. You fear the power of yourself. And as a result, you are focused on helping other people instead of yourself. You take on the burdens of others. You give and you give and you give until you're dry. And you take, you focus on, you're focused on other people instead of you. What do you want? It's not, the more, as soon as you figure out what you want, the universe can give it to you. In fact, you don't even have to figure it out. Just be you, and the rest will come. But you have stalled your own personal expansion by focusing on other people. Because you fear your own personal evolution. Perhaps because you fear change. There's a little bit about fearing change in here. There's fearing freedom, maybe not believing that you can do it on your own, and so it seems better to you to keep engaging in these toxic people, because at least in the dependent relationship, they can make you feel a little bit better about yourself. You got some work to do on yourself. Because like this said, you are great, you are fine, you are perfect the way you are. Give yourself that love, and then you won't need to be dependent on other people. You won't have to help them. You won't have to give in order to feel that you have value, because you're giving it to yourself. Ooh, you're so close though. Like, I think you're aware of a lot of this already. And you may be, that fear, this is a big fear you're dealing with. And I think you're going to have to take, from what these cards say, you're going to have to take a leap of faith in yourself. You're going to have to believe in yourself and take that leap for yourself to stop engaging in other people, stop making other people's lives your priority, stop taking on their burdens for them. Because you may be hurting them. You may not actually be helping them. If you do everything for somebody, they never learn how to do it for themselves. Wow. I mean, if you can wrangle this fear, if you can start letting go of having to fix everything for everybody, the expansion and the evolution is just going to be massive. You're really going to take on, your life is going to take on a whole new level. And you're going to feel good in it instead of drained as well. All right, I think that's all I'm getting for deck number 1. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below if the reading resonated with you. Helps me a lot as a reader to know I did a good job, and I'm going to move on. If you chose deck number 2 for your reading, the aquamarine turquoise stone, this will be the reading for you on what you are currently fearing and how to overcome that. How it's playing out in your life and all that stuff. Interesting. You do not trust your mind. Pig spirit says use your mind wisely. You do not trust yourself to be able to see things clearly. You do not trust yourself to be able to piece together a situation or figure out where you need to go. You do not trust your ability in your mind to see a situation logically or clearly. As a result, in addition, we have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. So that there's definitely a financial lack mentality going on here as well. Perhaps you don't believe in your ability to generate abundance for yourself, or in your capacity to figure out how to do that for yourself. So this is very lacking. You've got some self-doubt here and abundance lack mentality here. You fear lacking. You fear not having enough. This could also be overthinking. Use your mind wisely. You may have issues with overthinking, because that's not actually a wise use of your mind. You may be obsessively thinking over you don't have enough, or all the lack, or all of the things you don't have, which is preventing you from being able to achieve the abundance that you do want, and that that you want to attract to yourself. I'm not trying. It is a difficult place if you are in like real poverty, or you don't have enough money, or you have to make the choice between whether or not you buy food and feed yourself and buy medicine that keeps you alive. Crappy place to be. But it will continue to be crappy if that's all you see. If that's all your focus is on, you will continue to bring that into your life. So we got a mental focus adjustment that needs to happen in a lack perspective. Those fears going on. Where's this playing out? This is the heart chakra. So this may be involved with your heart chakra. Maybe you don't believe you have the ability to view a situation clearly on an emotional level, even mentally, emotionally. You may not know whether or not it's true, or if it's trickery, or you may doubt your ability to know that. Trickery, this card is a little bit about, this is about, two entities that they're kind of tricking each other into achieving what they want. So, are you actually speaking or saying or behaving in ways that are authentically you? This fear may be making you behave differently than you normally would. There's also fear here of, am I being tricked? Is this real? Is somebody trying to pull the wool over my eyes? Somebody's been hurt before, By the way, abundance doesn't necessarily have to be money. I say money because it's typically associated with that, but abundance can be anything of wealth that you value as wealth. Love, friendship, money, whatever you view specifically as that. So I'm saying money, but it could be however you view wealth. All right, so you've got some defensiveness going on, and you probably feel justified in this defensiveness. You may be tricking yourself. That's what this card may be about. Maybe you are tricking yourself because there is a lot of fear regarding a situation. It's almost like an offer has come your way, or somebody wants to talk to you, or something has come toward you, and you may not have had good experiences with that in the past, with that specific thing, or maybe something similar, and it didn't go well. So as a result, you're like, no, don't get anywhere near my heart. Leave me alone. You are dangerous. I will fight you. Get away from me. I'm gonna fight you. Defensiveness. Going at each other. Feeling like you don't have the ability to handle this situation. And as a result, there's some intense defensiveness. Maybe you don't even see how you could even move forward in it. You don't really see it as a viable option because the fear is closed in so tightly that even in your mind and your heart, you can't. You're just like, no, I can't go there again. We have the sun reversed. Oddly, I mean, when it's reversed like this, a lot of times it can indicate negativity. Your mind could be driving you to negativity, to not seeing the benefit that actually exists in the situation. Because we do have the Knight of Pentacles here. It's like an opportunity coming your way, or somebody who wants to offer you an opportunity, or somebody who's coming to you, and their intentions are actually true. They may not have been before, but they are now. But I also I'm a little bit torn, because we'll see what some of the other cards say, because with the Sun, I think the reason you are so defensive is because you've either had a situation similar to this, or you've been like involved in this situation before, and I feel like it sucked the light out of you. It took away, or at least you allowed it to take away, your favorite parts of yourself. It sucked you dry. It took your light away. It stifled it. And that's why you're so defensive. Because that's a high level of pain there, when you are that disconnected from yourself, when your light has been sucked away. That would make it totally reasonable to be like, no, get away. But are you really seeing things for as they are, or are you just looking out for your own perspective here? The abundant universe will provide. It's like you don't necessarily have to engage in this situation, but I think the whole point of this is the way that you are approaching it is out of whack. You're approaching it from fear. And if you really truly don't want to engage in it, remove the fear, line up with yourself, and then you're coming from a different place, where maybe you hear somebody out and you're not in fear, you're still in high vibe, and then it's just not for you and you let it go. But you don't go at it and like, I'm gonna attack you, karate chop. I don't know why I karate chopped. I don't know how to karate chop. But this is really about, you're responding to something with fear. You may even feel justified in it. But this is not the response to the situation that's going to help you. Because whatever you're attacking as fearful, is actually a very stable situation. And it might be unbelievable, You might be like, no, there's no way. No way. But that may be a trick of the mind. If you trust that the abundant universe will provide, it doesn't matter whether or not this opportunity is what you want, or this person coming your way, or this situation, just know the universe has your back, and whether or not you take it, it will be in your highest good. If you're lined up and you're not responding to fear, you will know if it's not good, or if it's good or bad for you. But you don't believe in your ability to identify that. Okay. Let's see what's going on. For how to handle your fear, how to address it. Excuse me, I need to use my book. I'm learning new cards, and reading about them in readings tends to really help me learn them. I've not seen this one before yet. Exchanging gifts reversed. Be careful what you pray for, because you just might get it and then realize you don't want to face the heavy price tag that comes with it. This is the fear. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but now you will have to walk away from, or even fail at, because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, because spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life, where you find yourself in victim mode, in a codependent dynamic, or holding onto a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of this. So again, learning to trust yourself, your ability to discern. Put that faith in the hands of the universe, and you will be fine. In addition, there may be a situation that you're kind of checked out at and you don't really want to work at anymore. That's okay. take that as it resonates with you in terms of how to address your fear. I think the fear part of it is the hefty price tag that comes with what you want. I think that has a lot to do with it. There may be a mentality that you have that you aren't aware of where you think that what you want comes at a cost. And it's not really a cost if that's really what you want. If you want to be a millionaire, you know the stuff you got to do. You'll know, and you won't care because you're doing what you want. If you want to be a musician and you've got to practice 6 hours a day, you will do it because you love it. And you won't always want to do it, but it's still what you love, and you're still going to get some enjoyment. So it's not really a cost, then, is it? So I think victim mode, thinking that everything comes at a cost, there's a lot of fear swirling around here. And you don't trust yourself to be able to discern what's good or bad for you, and you don't trust that the universe will give you the abundance that you are seeking. Let's see if this gives a little bit more advice on what to do. Message in a bottle. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today your message is this: Spirit hears you and the reply is favorable. Relax. Look for some signs. I like to play this game where I turn on the radio and I'll say, before I turn it on, I'm like, all right, give me a message about X, Y, and Z. Or just, pick one thing, but give me a message through the song. And then I'll turn it on and see what song is playing. Do birds mean something to you? Is a hawk, did somebody that died, that passed away, that you love hawks, and then all of a sudden you're seeing hawks everywhere, and there's confirmation that you are doing the right thing. So until you can trust yourself and your ability to discern, the universe is sending you signals of when you are on the right path, but you have to learn how to look for them. If you don't know, it's time for you to start getting familiar with the synchronicities and the signs and the things you see, 11:11 on the clock or whatever. Look it up, see what it means. Or just know that it's confirmation that whatever you're doing, when that symbol shows up, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're saying, whatever you're doing, it's telling you you're going in the right direction. So the universe here is willing, Spirit is willing to support you, in helping you learn to trust yourself that, hey, yeah, you're going in the right way. Conversely, there may also be signs that you're not going in the right way as well. Once you get familiar with the good omens, you can look into omens that may tell you, no, not this way. And then you'll start to see the things popping up in your life that tell you whether or not you're going in the right direction. That's interesting. I like it. Gotta believe in spirit, though. Well, you don't really. You'll start seeing synchronicities if you haven't already. Then we also have blessed reversed. Humility is called for now, as grace is an unearned gift. You didn't gain this by your own desires or actions. To be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. This is, whatever this situation is, or whatever it's triggering, you're going to have to just let it go. Go with the flow. See what happens. Listen to the universe to see how they guide you. Because there are blessings around you that I think you are unable to see because you are so in fear and so defensive as a result of it. The situation that you fear, you're not giving yourself enough credit that you learned from it and that it doesn't have to happen again. You're not giving yourself your own, pat on the back like, yeah, you survived that. You did it. Good for you, Your mind is playing tricks on you. Probably your heart on some level too. Because of fear. So remove fear from the equation and then see what you want to do. You know, maybe somebody's come back into your life and you don't really want them in it. Hear them out. What do you got to lose? And you can just say, okay, bye. You know? But if you're coming from the fear, the minute you see them, you're going to go immediately defensive. You're going to want to rip their head off, and nothing is achieved. You know, even that level of fear, you won't be able to see the signs that the universe is sending you to know what to do. Message in a bottle. Yeah, I think somebody's contacted you. Something. They contacted you, and you're like, no. Mm-mm. But there's actually something they wanted to say. Even it could just be they say something that facilitates healing, so that you no longer need. You can heal that part of you. That's a great gift, you know. Then you can really let go and move on. But you're just fighting it right now, and it is fear. You don't have to be afraid, though. You learned. You know. You can breathe easy. Line up with yourself, and then this situation or this person won't be scary. And you can see what they want. You can see, you know, maybe it's a job offer and a job you hated before. It was a nightmare. Different company, but an offer for the same thing. You know, this could be a variety of different situations, but it's kind of like something being offered to you that you've either had experience with directly or it's similar to what you experienced before, and it's got you fearful. But you don't need to be. Trust in the universe. The abundant universe will provide. Yeah. It's a great card. I want that card. Well, anyway, this concludes the reading for deck number 2. If you liked the reading, please comment below, like, share, subscribe. Helps me as a reader to know I'm doing a good job, and thank you for watching. If you chose deck number 3, this stone, this will be the reading for you on what you are currently fearing, how it's impacting your life, and what you can do to get over that fear. There is an element of self-expression. You fear self-expression. You fear self-expression. You fear rebirth. And you fear that whatever plan Spirit or the universe has for you is not what you want, or it won't be good for you. Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. Not trusting. No faith. Maybe no faith in yourself. No faith in Spirit. It's almost like things have gone wrong for you for so long that you think that Spirit or the universe or God is just kind of fucking with you at this point. That's not the case, but it's kind of like, well, what is Spirit gonna dish out to me now? Like, really? We have Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine. It's about self-expression. I think you fear saying what is true to you. Maybe if it's different than somebody else's, it may cause conflict. But you fear truly expressing yourself. You know, like light's coming from the heart. Maybe the heart chakra is involved here. Truly expressing that fulfillment. Not fulfillment, but even disfulfillment, or whatever expression needs to come out. You know, maybe you're the kind of person who somebody smacks you upside the head. A little bit extreme, but maybe they smack you upside the head and you think to yourself, what a jerk. And you just look at them instead, and you don't actually express yourself. This could also be creative versions of self-expression. Maybe you want to write, maybe you want to draw, maybe you want to create something. Maybe you want to play music. But there's some form of self-expression you may not be also engaging in that you probably love, but you're not doing because you currently are fearing self-expression. And then we have Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. Fear of evolving, fear of change here. Maybe you don't want things to change, and you are fighting it. You're fighting the rebirth. Maybe you like being down to some degree. Maybe you're comfortable being miserable, and you're fearing the rebirth because then that's actually going to cause you to have to get out of the misery and re-engage in life. Interesting. A lot of fears. This is the throat chakra. We have that self-expression. We have expression in the throat chakra. You are not expressing. This is workaholic. So you may be throwing yourself into work to deal with whatever you're doing. Or maybe you are somebody who has to do something. You make a decision, something changes, and then instead of allowing it to unfold as it needs to unfold, you want to do action, 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 action instead of receive, receive, receive. Perhaps you are addicted to doing work, because it distracts you from dealing with your fears. Or maybe you aren't working. Maybe you lost your job or you quit your job and you're not working, and it's aggravating some fears because you're used to work. In addition, we have some art stuff here. There's creative impulse. I'm wondering if the rest of the cards will suggest the self-expression that you can do, like I mentioned before, maybe more in the arts, writing, painting, music, drawing, whatever it is for you, sculpting. You may be able to redirect that urge to work into actually creating. That may help temper these fears and get you in the receiving mode. You got to be in the receiving mode when you're doing art stuff. Every artist knows the flow where you just get in the zone, and you're going. Sports could be a form of art as well. That may be debatable to some, but to those who who view it more artistically, dance, I don't know. However you view it, I'm just trying to give you ideas. All right, how are these fears playing out? There's concerns about stability. I think you may be drinking too much to deal with these fears. But I'm seeing you had something good, whether it was a relationship, a job, a project. More likely it's something you were connected to. You had something good that you were willing to work at to build into more good, if that makes sense. Something very fulfilling, a good start, And I think you're questioning the stability of it. You're in for the long haul. You're willing to do the work, but you're concerned about whether or not you will be able to continue to work in this particular thing. Like if you had a career in something and perhaps you're worried about the stability of your job. We got a lot going on in the economy right now. You may be worried about job security and focused on that instead of focusing on, well, if it doesn't work out, where do I go next? Like, You need to continue the legacy that you're building. You know, it doesn't have to end if this job were to end or this relationship were to end. I think also whatever you are currently engaged in, though you may have liked it at one point, I don't know if you're liking it quite the same. It's like an element of whether it's a relationship or a job that you're in, though you may have liked it at one point, you're not allowed to self-express what you want in it. You know, you weren't allowed maybe to create what you want, and whatever this is was a great starting place to get you where you need to go. But a rebirth is assured. I'm telling you. A rebirth. So that tells me Spirit has a plan, you know. I think something's gonna fall apart. And you are fearing trusting that it is supposed to, if that makes sense. Like, maybe this is a good thing that's run its course, and it is time for you to move on because now you want more. You know, where maybe you just wanted an opportunity to do something you loved, now you want a legacy, now you want a career, now you want more. And you are outgrowing this particular situation. You want to be able to express yourself. You may fear that to some degree. Maybe, I mean, if you are in a job, this may be the sign to do your own thing. It may be time for you to become an entrepreneur and express what you want within your profession. Build your own legacy the way that you want to, instead of doing it somebody else's. But this isn't exactly what you want. You may be drinking too much. That's not going to help. I'm going to tell you right now. That's hiding from these fears, and it's only going to aggravate them. So that is not the solution if you are. A solution in switching your perspective. Listen to your emotional guidance system. Fear tells you are not thinking something and feeling something that is true to you. So if you were to say to yourself, oh my gosh, this relationship might be ending, and you feel fear, that's because that's not how the energetic version of you is thinking about it. Maybe rephrase it as, wow, that was a really great opportunity and it really got me going in the right direction, and I can see that I've outgrown it now and it's time for me to move on to something else. I'm very grateful for the opportunity and everything that it has taught me, and let it go. Rebirth yourself. There's going to be change in this one. And if you believe that Spirit has a plan, that this is all in an effort to get you to be expressing yourself, to be putting yourself into your work instead of just, you had the starting opportunity. It's like entering the workforce. You started it, but now you're getting to the point where you can do more. You have experience. You want a legacy. You don't just want an opportunity. And it may be time for you to invest your creative abilities into a business for yourself, or into a new relationship, or into whatever it is that you consider a legacy that you want to create. This can also be a family card, It's like maybe you met somebody and it started off good and you liked them, but you didn't really want family or kids, you just liked them around, You felt a connection with them and it felt good. But now it's changed, and now you want a family and you want kids, and maybe they don't. And it's time to move on your separate ways. To find somebody who does want that. Because you evolved, you changed, you grew, and you're outgrowing the relationship. So in order to achieve your legacy, you're going to have to make some changes. And really express yourself. Whether you're in a situation where you need to be more expressive, or this is probably work related just because of this, but you may be in a relationship that takes a lot of work and it's like a full-time job, which, if that's the case, It's time to go. Alright. I'm learning new cards, so I gotta use the book. Helps me learn them better. Alright, we've got Go the Distance reversed. These are solutions to dealing with your fear, like how to remove the fear and move forward without it. Do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time for developing survival skills and resilience. You are learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, ooh, good word, it's wise to be selective about where you spend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. What won't go the distance. Perhaps you have a new distance in mind. This is a little bit exciting. You're like on the precipice of a legacy, of building a legacy. But you gotta let go of what isn't working for you anymore. So there's gonna be some conflict, there's gonna be some shakiness. But if you believe this is all to get you moving toward your legacy, then it isn't so scary anymore. That's so exciting. Treasure Island. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly, in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase, where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life, at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. So you may be viewing something as maybe something's ending and you're like, wah. But what you don't know is you're entering this magic period of abundance. Because since something ends, more can come in, and you can choose, due to your focus, what comes in. You can choose massive abundance. No, Spirit has a plan. And the last one, Serendipity reversed. Perhaps you felt almost certain that serendipitous events were meant to lead to something better. It was supposed to be the perfect business, or that person you gave your heart to was supposed to be the one, yet it all fell apart. Said that in the reading. Consider this. Sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties in order to deliver an important lesson you need to learn before you hit the jackpot. Don't get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There really is a silver lining in this cloud. Spirit always knows what you need and is guiding you to where you are meant to go. Pay attention to the signs presented to you. We have other cards like that. Spirit has a plan. This is another one about abundance hitting the jackpot. Hitting the jackpot. Oh my God. So much goodness is coming to you. But you have to allow it in. Get out of fear. I'm telling you flat out. Right now. Get rid of it. Because you've got such good things coming your way. Get rid of it. Just do it. Do it. Do what you have to do. I'm begging you. Because what a situation you may have thought was good, that initially was fulfilling, you've now outgrown. Learn what you need to from that. Move on. It's time to move on. It's time to let go. It's time to rebirth yourself. It's time to move in a new direction. It's time to build your legacy. Or your family, or whatever that means to you. But it isn't it's not happening in the current situation that you are in. You're going to have to take a leap of faith, believe in the universe and God and the Spirit, and know that the abundance is coming your way. By being you and letting you shine, you bring the abundance that you need. You get to do what you want. You get to be who you truly are. Abundance just comes. Get rid of the fear, please. This is amazing. Don't worry about it. You know, you may have a little rocky period. You gotta let go of some stuff before the abundance can come in. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's all going to be fine. Get your focus in the right place. Or when that moment happens and it's time for the abundance to come in, you're going to be so caught up in fear and worry and whatever that you just attract this entire situation all over again, and you don't get the abundance that you want because you're not in the receptive mode and you're not attracting it to you. You're, worry, fear, low vibe, abundance up here. You got to get up here for it to come to you. All right, that concludes the reading for deck number 3. I hope it helped. That's amazing. I'm telling you right now, get rid of the fear. Do it. Get rid of it. I can't believe this. What are you doing? You're on the precipice of greatness. Get rid of it. Do it. Don't even question. So much is coming your way if you do. Thank you for watching. This concludes the reading, and if you liked, please comment below, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. I appreciate the support greatly, so please do if you liked the video, and I'm going to continue on to deck number 4. If you chose deck number 4 for your reading, which is the black and white speckled stone, this is the reading for you on, I totally forgot what I was reading on. Fear. I'm losing my mind. Maybe that's good as a reader, because the more my mind is lost, the better readings I give. So don't worry about me. I'll be fine. This is about you. Let's change direction here. This is about you and what you fear, how it affects your life, and what you can do to get rid of those fears. Okay, first we have Grasshopper Spirit, take a leap of faith. You may fear faith. You may have fear because you don't have faith. You may need to take a leap to get yourself in a new direction, and you're fearing that leap because you don't know where you're going to land. You may be blindly leaping, and that scares you a little bit. Then that takes you into fear. Take a leap of faith. There may be an abundance, a lack mentality as well. You may fear lacking something. That kind of came in secondary. I don't know that that's for everybody watching. Second fear. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. I think you fear the feminine version of strength. And I mean feminine not in terms of woman, but in the yin energy. A gentle touch can go far. In the tarot deck, it would be like the Strength card. The Rider-Waite Tarot, Strength. A gentle touch is actually a form of strength. So I think you fear being gentle. You may be somebody that's super direct, very harsh in your words. Maybe you're action-oriented, You go fast. You want to get things done. You want to act. Instead of slowing down, taking a gentler approach, receiving what you need instead of acting to get it. You have to receive first before you can act in order for things to work out right. So you can't act first and then receive in terms of law of attraction. So this is about slowing your roll. Maybe you're harsh on people. There's a lot of things that this could be, but there's an area in your life where you fear being gentle. Maybe you view it as weakness. And amongst others, you don't want to seem weak. You fear seeming weak, so you may be a harsher person than you really are. But in order for you to go where you need to go, a gentle approach is needed. And that's what you're fearing. Recovery. This is the third eye chakra. This fear may be coming up in the third eye. Recovery. Oh. You may have to be kind with this gentle approach, may be toward yourself. You may be way too hard on yourself and way too anxious to move fast to get to the next phase, to recover from what you've been through. heal faster, get ready faster. And really what you need to do is be gentle with yourself and give yourself the time to heal and recover at the pace that you need to. Interestingly, third eye, this chakra, you may be a little bit clouded because of these fears. It will help you to understand that you are, once you remove these fears and you can see a little bit more clearly with your third eye, with your intuition, you may have psychic abilities as well. You can clear that up and the way forward will be seen. The key to your way forward will become available by releasing your fears and clearing up that third eye. Yep. It's kind of cool. Higher level reading. Higher evolution going on here. Ooh. Whew. I just got chills. Whoa. Oh, I'm looking for a sweatshirt or something, but I'm gonna have to bear it. Woo! I'm sorry, this is intense. It's like the temperature just dropped. Sorry, it's really, really cold all of a sudden. Take that how you want. You're the only one I got cold in a reading. Maybe this applies to a lot of you. Opportunity. Something new. This may be something offered to you. This may be something you're considering doing. This is baby phase, so this is like an idea still. An opportunity, an idea to generate abundance. An idea about health, an idea about where to go next. But it isn't anything real yet. That idea may need a leap of faith from you. Maybe you're not engaging in it. I'm seeing you hesitating on the idea because of, I think that there's maybe you've tried it before and it failed, or you've tried to go after an idea or something new before and it failed. And there's an element of paranoia here. Like, you're scared that you're going to fail at it again. Maybe you're beating yourself up for mistakes that you've made in the past instead of congratulating yourself for learning from them. I don't know why that came out, so I'm losing my ability to speak. But there is past stress, past failure, past paranoia of the past that is making you feel fearful to take a leap into a new opportunity, because this may be something that has happened before. Maybe something, you tried it once and now you're coming full circle. This could be maybe a relationship ended in the past and now it's kind of coming back, and you didn't work before and now you're hesitating because you're paranoid about how it fell apart before. And it hurt you. Whatever it was, it hurt you. This opportunity scares you. You think it could hurt you. It won't. This is actually the card of, when it's reversed like this, it's like the swords fall out of the heart. It's no longer old wounds piercing it. The heart can heal then. You let go of all of the things that have hurt you. So this opportunity can actually be very healing, should you take it. It allows the recovery, which opens the third eye, which then gets you taking a leap of faith, and you take off into the new direction of your life. You may need a gentler touch with this opportunity. It looks like something you may be wanting to reject, or you're being real harsh with it, real hard on it, instead of taking a gentler approach, more yin approach. Yeah, you do not want to engage in this. And the cards are just telling me over and over and over again, take a leap of faith. Test it out. At least feel it out. If you're going in with fear, then you're just going to attract more of that to you. Advice for how to handle your fears. We've got flexible reversed. When you or someone else becomes too rigid, you lose the access to growth and untapped potential and find yourself in an us versus them scenario. Loosen up, open your mind and heart, and see if a more flexible approach feels better. Rigidity will set you up for a fight where there are only losers and no winners. Could you find a way to bring about a result that is mutually beneficial? Meet in the middle. Spirit makes a great mediator. Loosen up a little bit. I don't think that the past is repeating itself here. I think whatever's coming your way that you are hesitant to take is actually going to be very healing. Gentle touch for yourself. Let yourself heal. Gentle touch for other people. Rigidity, not the answer. You're maybe evaluate how you are responding to this that is inflexible and rigid. When you are rigid like that, that comes from fear. You know, fear of pain, fear of being hurt again, of repeating the past. It means if you're fearing repeating the past, then you're living in the past. You're not living now. This other one, oh, I remember this. I'm still going to read it anyway. Yang. Numero uno. We have yin and yang in this reading. Just saying. Maybe you don't need a dominance in one or the other. Maybe it's a balance of both that actually gets you to the next level. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. Obstacles have been overcome. The past will not repeat. Try something new. There's no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. You've learned. You are in control. See what the offer is. Talk to the person. Check out the job offer. Check it out. If it's not what you want, you'll know and you won't take it. You know now. There's no reason to act in fear. No reason. And you may still be recovering from something, but that's okay. Whatever this opportunity is, even if it's short, maybe you just go in and you check out a job and it goes really well and people give you a lot of compliments and you have a good time, but it isn't right for you. But that helped you let go of something else that was hurting you with regard to work. Just take a leap. Take a leap of faith and be gentle about it. Come from compassion. Come from softness. Be kind. No need to fight. No need, to be rigid. Loosen up a little bit and see what it has to offer. Take it. Go. Do not hesitate. You are the shaper of your own destiny right now. The past will not repeat itself. There are no obstacles anymore in your way. Huge to understand. Understand that. Takes away the fear. You can then be gentler. You can then check out what this is. Allow the healing to happen. Open up your third eye and you're going to take off. I love it. You're so close. You're like right there. I keep seeing this image in my mind of like a triangle or a pyramid with like something kind of like a sphere balancing on top, like wiggling. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? It's like the number 5. If you're into numerology, you are in the number 5. Where do you go? What do you choose? My advice, do not choose out of fear. Because if you choose out of fear, you're not going to get what you want. If you come from a place of compassion and gentleness, line up with yourself, give yourself a break. Something new may start that will surprise you. It will actually be very good for you. This concludes the reading. Thank you for watching. If you like the reading, please comment below and share, like, subscribe. It helps me know as a reader that I'm doing a good job. And thank you for watching.